Hi, on behalf of everyone, staff and students and faculty that played a role in me graduating and being a part of my success, I want to thank you. This is my farewell and toast to Miat, and thank you to all the lovely ladies and men and women that service our country and go above and beyond to make sure that the students are being service properly. We get our books, our assignments, and that still balance their day to day life and still be there for us. That's what it's about in growing and learning to be a better person in your environment and a pillar of your community. And when you represent your school, you represent it proudly, and that you're gonna be a reflection of that moving forward, never forgetting where you come from. And I wish everyone the best on their future endeavors and their careers and whatever career path that you may choose. And if I do see you out in the field, you know it's me out for life and we'll kick it. But we have to do it at a social distance for right now because of the coronavirus. And also be unaware that our debts can be canceled now because that we can fight the economy, and taking that time and having those tools to use the library to research the work to know how to fight the politics and politicians and put yourself in position to succeed for the next future and generations of future to come of engineers and building a new infrastructure and cleaner, more emissions and ozone friendly chemicals and stuff like that, and being a, a, a entrepreneur and taking on those challenges at an entry level in partnerships and going out networking and getting those contracts. And it's been a blast, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. Excuse me for scratching my head. I don't mean to be up here at the podium talking. I'm very confident, and sometimes, yes, I may go off, but that's just my demeanor as a boss and somebody that loves and cares and has the passion that I do. So I'm going to correct a person when they're wrong. But there's nothing wrong with taking that knowledge and game and wisdom that you've been passed down and using it in the right way to better yourself and empower everybody around you, and not kicking a person when they down, because we all, as can see, due to this pandemic, we all one paycheck away from having to being on the unemployment line or being homeless. And thank God Almighty and Allah to that we do have Him in our life, and He and knowing how to use our minds versus quickly to react or to think to something. We always can make our system from the economy, financial, every infrastructure better by employing and making things here and giving opportunity to build PLCs and car parts in the automotive industry and having stocks and learning about how to trade stocks on the stock market. Um, Being a part of starting your own corporation. I can be an independent contractor or a subcontractor or freelancing or environmental consultant, um, a tax preparer, a lawyer, a paralegal, things of that nature in our own communities. So the lessons that I learned about our United States education system, it is screwed up and messed up, and it does need to be rebuilt, and everybody needs to have their own community and be taught there are our own reparations and rights, which is the Black American and the six principles of Kwanzaa needs to be taught here in America in a lot of the schools. Whether no matter what diplomatic status you are, you need to learn about our history and heritage, and we're gonna have our own schools where we program and teach our own languages and things of that nature, and we're gonna have our own profit and community. And yes, I just still support the LGBT community. Don't get me wrong. I love my own people no matter what, but I'm on some Farrakhan moving us into a whole different light. So that's where my peace and my Imhotep and my Kwanzaa and my motherland and nature of loving my people still, I love you. And yes, I'm very heterosexual and I love women, and the ladies know that. But my point I'm making is I'm not just gonna put myself out there like that. You feel me? It's time for me to settle down and be married, or take my time and be with one woman and making certain decisions and choices, so that way you don't end up with the diseases and the parts of being irresponsible and the health care and making babies that you can't afford and more affordable health care. You have to be responsible in every decision that you make every day in your life and every day that you get up. No more than is preached in the book of the Holy Bible or Quran or any other Jewish neighborhood. And I was watching a documentary earlier and doing a lot of research, and there was an article where a brother, turned us on the game about how everybody wants to attack Farrakhan. The Jews didn't want to acknowledge it, and now we're getting reparations because they're passing out reparations in North Carolina. Every Afro-American is about to get reparations because the Jews were the ones, and with the Lloyds of London, that were selling us over here into slavery. So see, not that's the part of being miseducated in the poor United, as the poor system of the United education system of the United States, because see, that's the things that they don't teach you, the truth versus his story. That's the story that they might have written in a book, but then it's not going to be the truth. And a lot of times you have to be able to understand and interpret and read the message clearly, no more than with Psalms 133. That message applies to us, the Masons, the people who built this earth, and templates, and the Sphinx, and Egypt, of the gods of Egypt. We are the original people and creators, and now it's time for us to get our just due process in an inequality and unjust system and world where we've been have not been reparated and being killed by the police and gunned down and just all type of disrespect, especially to my beautiful black queens. I do apologize, and I love y'all and my kings. So it's time for us to get this money. And thank you, Mia, and everybody else. God bless.